Students, I welcome you all for the online session of economics class. Myself Padmaja. Today we will be going to learn the third and the last method of calculation of NI, national income, that is income method. As we mentioned in the beginning, the sum total of final expenditures in the economy must be equal to the incomes received by all the factors of production taken together, final expenditure in the spending on final goods. It does not include spending on intermediate goods. This follows from the simple idea that the revenues earned by all the firms put together must be distributed among the factors of production as salaries, wages, profits, interest earnings, and rents. The salary, wages, profit, interest earning, and rents are the factors of production. Salary, which is earned by the employees, wages, same by the laborers, profit, when someone invested some money, interest earnings, when capital is invested, and rent, when buildings, land is given for rent for the business. Let there be the M number of households in the economy. Let WI be the wages and salaries received by the ith household in a particular year. Similarly, PI, IN, RI be the gross profit. Interest payment and rent received by the ith household in a particular year. Therefore, the GDP is given by GDP equals identity, sum total of WI, sum total of PI, sum total of IN, sum total of RI. It simply means GDP identity to work, wages plus profit plus interest plus rent. So the formula is very easy and the calculation of income is very easy by the income method. Now whose income here we are learning? Income generated by all the household, production sector, government sector and the export. Together we are concluding here and calculating the GDP. Taking equation 2.2, 2.4 and 2.5 together, we get GDP identity, sum total of gross value of GVAI identity, C plus I plus G plus X minus M. C consumption expenditure income plus I investment expenditure plus G government expenditure plus X export minus M, that is import. I stands in this equation for sum total of both planned and unplanned investment undertaken by the firms. Since the identities 2.2, 2.4 and 2.6 are different expressions of the same variable, namely GDP, we may represent the equivalence by figure 2.2. Now let us look at a numerical example to see how all the three methods of estimating GDP gives us the same answer. Example, there are two firms A and B. Suppose A uses no raw materials and produces cotton worth rupees 50. A sells his cotton to firm B who uses his produce cloth. B sells the cloth produced to consumers for rupees 200. GDP in the face of production or the value added method, recall that value added equals to sales minus intermediate goods. That is 50 minus 0, intermediate was nothing there, so answer was 50. But when it is purchased by the second firm for making the cloth, here the intermediate will be deducted from 200, that is 200 minus 50 equals to 150. So GDP equals to value of A firm plus value of B firm equals to 200. Distribution of GDP is for firm A and B are sales for the firm A was 50, for the firm B was 200. Intermediate consumption was nil in firm A and for B it was 50. So the answer came value added was 50 and value added was 150. Second, GDP in the face of disposition or the expenditure method, recall that GDP equals to sum of final expenditure or expenditures on goods and services for end use. In the above case, final expenditure is expenditure by consumers on cloth. Therefore, GDP equals to 200. GDP in the face of distribution or income method, let us look at exam at the firms A and B again. Now of this 50 received by A, the firm gives rupees 20 to the workers as wages and keeps the remaining 30 as its profit. Similarly, B gives 60 as wages and keeps 90 as profit. So the firm A and firm B, now table 3 show distribution of factor income of firms A and B. Wages 20, profits 30. And firm B, wages 60 and profit 90, as we already discussed in the beginning. Recall that GDP by income method equals to sum total of factor incomes, which is equal to wages received workers of A and B, and total profits earned by A and B, which is equal to 80 plus 120 equals to 200. That is wages 60 plus 20 80, profit 90 plus 30 equals to 120. Together it comes 200. Thank you, students, for today's class. Tomorrow we will going to learn factor cost, basic prices and market prices.